Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Reality Reads. In today's video, we are doing a reading vlog. So if you don't know, there was a collection of short stories put out on Amazon, and honestly, I have been waiting for them to come out. They're finally out. We are going to read all of them. I'm going to be starting with Snow Place Like Home by Laura Pavlov. I'm so excited for these books. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but just the aesthetic of the covers is giving like heartwarming Christmas, and that's what I need. There was a collection of short stories put out for Christmas last year and for Halloween this year. I didn't really love those, and I think it's because they were really short novellas that were just like full of spicy nothingness. And these are looking more like cozy, heartwarming Christmas books that they're also novellas, but I just feel like those are better stories that can be told in a novella format. So super excited to dive into them. Like I said, these are available on Kindle Unlimited. You can read them and you can listen to them for free if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. So we are going to read all of them in today's reading vlog and then rank them at the end. So feel free to go read them all and come back to this video if you haven't yet. But I am going to go ahead and dive into Snow Place Like Home, and I'll be back with some thoughts at the end. Okay, so I finished the first book in the Home Sweet Holidays. I did finish book 1, which was Snow Place Like Home by Laura Pavlov. It was pretty good, honestly. Like I said in the beginning, I really feel like these are going to be somewhat more of a complete story and focused more so on the actual relationship, and it's not just a quick short little like spicy read. It's going to be like more, there's going to be more content in these stories, and I did definitely feel that way about this first one, and I did really enjoy it. It is kind of like a brother's best friend, and it's also like a winter wedding and different things like that. I thought it was fun, and I liked the romance story that was in this book. And I would say that I would give it probably a 3.5 to a 4-star rating. And then after I read all 4 books, I will give like a full ranking of all of them. But it's been a long day. I'm not going to read any more of them tonight. Our next one is going to be Merry and Bright by Ali Rosen. I will start on that one tomorrow. We've been doing like some decorating and more cleanup from the holiday and different things like that today. So I am getting ready to crash out for the night. So I'm not going to be doing any more reading. I'm actually going to go to sleep. So I'm glad I was at least able to finish that one. It wasn't a very long book at all. I did have to kind of like get up and do things throughout, but I think I can probably finish at least 2 of these tomorrow. I don't think we really have any plans, but I think I can knock out either the rest of them or at least 2 of them tomorrow. So I'm excited for that because we're off to a good start. Normally on these short story collections that come out, even the first one, I'm just like, do I really want to read the rest of these because this was not so great? But I feel like normally there's like only 1 to 2 of them that are actually any good to me. So hopefully the rest of these are similar content wise to the first one. I also just want to say, I am someone that like, I don't care if there's spice in a book or not. I feel like there's this trend because of the political climate that all of a sudden there's so many people that are reading clean romances. I am not one of those. I just, in a novella, think that because of it being so short, that I prefer that to be cut out just so I have like all of the content of the story. I'm not someone that's like against reading spicy books. Just have to clarify that. Good morning. It is the next day, and I actually lied a little bit last night because I said I wasn't going to start the next book, but I did. But I didn't get very far into it. Let me look. The last thing I remember reading is I think we're headed into fake dating territory, because our two main characters have met on a plane and they're both talking about how they're apprehensive to be going back home for the holidays. And one of them suggested that like them bringing each other home would kind of like solve those problems. So I think that's where we're headed with this one. But yeah, I'm only 15% of the way in, but I think I'm going to enjoy my coffee and probably just read the rest of this one real quick before I start in on like Sunday errands and cleaning and to-do list basically. So that's the plan for now. I just finished Merry and Bright. It was even better than the first book in this collection. I loved that one so much. Towards like the middle and end, I just was smiling. I do believe towards the end, if I really wanted to, I probably could have squeezed out a tear, but we didn't. It was such a heartwarming read. I loved it. Rated it 5 stars, no question about it. That was a 5-star read for me. For a novella, it was such a complete and complex story, given how short the story was. I honestly wish that there was more of that one. I wish that that would have been a full-length book, but it was perfect. Genuinely, that one was so good that I don't see how any of the others are going to be able to top that one for me. That's exactly the kind of read that I've been hoping to find this holiday season. Just one of those like touching, heartfelt, heartwarming kind of stories. 100% is this. Our two main characters were so lovable and likable and just perfect. And yeah, that one, if you're gonna read any of them out of this collection, it definitely needs to be Merry and Bright. So now we will be moving on to All Wrapped Up in You. I think I'm gonna start this one maybe on audio while I'm like doing my stuff that I need to kind of get done around the house today. It's a pretty short one, so I might actually end up like reading or listening to that whole thing while I'm doing things. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the Merry and Bright, it's a good one. Genuinely, it's a good one. Okay, I don't know what the sound quality is going to be like, to be honest. I'm getting ready to run some errands real quick, but I did, while I was cleaning and doing stuff, I did finish up All Wrapped Up in You. That one easily is my least favorite out of the group so far. It really wasn't even, like, that one I would say is the one that has felt the most like an incomplete novella. It really did not feel like a completed story. It was all centered around their meet cute. I don't know, it felt the least amount of content, the least amount of just storyline and plot, and it was like, okay, but it's definitely a skippable story, in my opinion. It was cute, it just was lacking, is all it really is. But we have one more left. This one is called Better Not Pout by Mia Sosa, and I haven't decided yet really if when I get back I'm going to read this one. I do have a few more things that I need to do around the house, but I'm really kind of feeling in the mood to like watch TV, watch some documentaries, different things like that. So maybe later tonight we'll start that one. I think I'm going to take a reading break for now, and then we'll come back with the very last one in a while. I have in fact finished all 4 books. The last one, You Better Not Pout, it was pretty good. It was a second chance romance, and I really liked the cozy vibes with the female main character's family and everything. It was a pretty enjoyable read, but I rated that one a 3.25. So let's get into the rankings of all 4 books. Down at, actually, let me pull them all up real quick because I know I am going to like forget some of these title names a little bit. I'm going to start bottom to top. So my least favorite out of the whole collection was definitely All Wrapped Up in You. I just felt like that one was just really a nothing burger in totality, and so that was kind of disappointing. After that one, I probably would put You Better Not Pout. It was enjoyable, but it just was, I did not love that one as much as I loved these last 2, but it was still like a really enjoyable and good Christmas read. And then next I would put for number 2, Snow Place Like Home. That was the first one that I read. It was a really fast-paced, enjoyable, cutesy Christmas read. I think the reason I liked that one more was it just kind of felt a lot more festive. Some of You Better Not Pout, I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. It didn't feel as fun and festive as Snow Place Like Home, but I can't put my finger on why, because they were definitely doing like Christmassy things together as a family, but just the vibe of it didn't feel as cutesy. Maybe it's just because it was like a wedding, so it was more like over the top kind of Christmas in Snow Place Like Home. But by far my number 1 favorite in the whole collection was Merry and Bright. I went into this thinking that these all kind of seemed like they would be really like more so heartwarming kind of stories rather than just like cutesy romance kind of stories. And I think that that one definitely is my favorite because it does fall into that category more so than any of the others. And that's the other thing. I just don't know why Better Not Pout just didn't resonate with me more. Maybe, I'll be honest, I listened to that one fully on the audiobook, and maybe I just rushed through it a little bit too quickly with that, or was a little bit distracted because I was like doing other things while I was listening to it. Because that one did also have like a lot of kind of sort of heartwarming moments a little bit as far as like the family aspect of everything goes. But Merry and Bright 100% was my favorite. So it was enjoyable. I liked, literally the only one that I would consider a skip in the whole collection was All Wrapped Up in You. I think all 3 other ones are definitely worth a read in the holiday season. They all have good things about them and they were all enjoyable. So I had a lot of fun in today's reading vlog. I hope you did too. If you have read this collection, let me know what your thoughts on it were down in the comments and which one was your favorite. And I will see you tomorrow in another video.